Mic check, mic check.
I'm here. State of play.
Here. What it do?
With banana.
What it don't? What it is and what it ain't. It's your boy, Don Otaku, aka Don Solo, aka Solo the Don, aka Solo D Swaggy, aka bigger than what? Big as the Super Bowl. And this is Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast. No, not a working title. I always want to say it because of project title.
Yeah, I get you.
And of course, I'm here with my co-host, Subegles, aka Subeg, aka the Green Thumb, aka the Gaming Gardener, aka what is your AKA for today?
The Pick Six Master, bruh.
Okay. And of course, the co-host of this fine podcast and Lognet's very own. What's been up, man? We just came off of recording the live streaming, or I guess not recording, but live streaming the state of play, which we will talk about shortly.
Of course.
But how you been?
Yeah.
Didn't get to ask.
Go for it.
No, I was just saying I didn't get to ask how you been because we were on short notice.
For sure. No, I'm good, man. I just grinding, the school season, because I'm in classes and stuff, I can't play as much as I want to. But I'm good though. I'm good. Still hitting the gym. I've been trying to cook for myself a little more lately. Just so I can, because eating out all the time is fucking expensive. So I've just been trying to. It racks up, and it's worse for your body. You don't know what you're putting in your body as much as like if you made it yourself. But I'm good though. I'm good. Playing a lot of games still though. Trying to get through all these games, but yeah, I'm good though. We just came off of the state of play. That was pretty fun though. We it's work, we're grinding out here. This is cool.
Yep. And or I guess not yet. I guess I could talk about myself a little.
Yeah, of course.
I've been chilling as usual. My girl also been going through it with school. She's been basically at the campus. She cannot work from home. Like, she gets so easily distracted that she has to stay at school to do work.
Yeah.
So she's been going through it. But I've been basically extending our Valentine's Day by slowly trickling her with gifts every day since what was it, Monday, I think. I got her flowers, and then yesterday I surprised her at work with some chocolates, and then I got a plushie coming in for her today. Then we're gonna have dinner tomorrow. She's actually gonna be out of town for a conference on Valentine's Day, so
got it.
The 13th is gonna be our Valentine's Day dinner. So yeah, certified lover boy, but not the other thing that I won't say. But yeah, happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate. And if you don't have a special Valentine, I can be your Valentine. This podcast can be your Valentine. So there you go. All right, let's talk about some games. What have you been playing, Sabagels? What you been up to? What's been on the station?
The station. I've been kind of rotating between like a set of like 3 or 4 games. I haven't touched Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in a minute, but I've been playing Indiana Jones. I'm still grinding away in Ninja Gaiden. I'm like over halfway done with Spiral 1, and I'm playing college football still, and a little bit of Madden, but I guess you could put college football and Madden in one category. But yeah, those are the main games. I don't have anything else to say about Spyro, other than it's a very simple platformer. It's you're just collecting gems. It's a collectathon. But I actually like the chasing the achievements in the game because they're actually really easy, and each level has like a specific achievement tied to it. So it's like every level has an achievement that you can get, and it's always a different thing. It's either collect all the gems or do something specific in the level or kill like birds with your flames or something. Like it's always something different. So I like that. But it's a very simple, nostalgic platformer. It's definitely filling me up with a lot of nostalgia for sure. But it's fun though. It's a very easy game to play. Very chill. Indiana Jones. I'm still in Giza. I went back to the Vatican just so I could mop up a little bit of the achievements, collect some extra stuff. But I'm in Giza. I finally got the lighter, so now I can go back and light up all the posters for like the little skill points that you can get. Yeah, the propagandas for sure. But yeah, it's fun. I've actually started to engage more with the gun combat in the game because a lot more of the enemies in Giza have guns. And I'm starting to use it, and it's not. I thought it was gonna be like super jank, but it's actually fun. You don't get a lot of ammo, so like once you finish the clip and the gun, you just gotta drop it, or you can use it as a melee weapon. But yeah, it's still fun. It's an adventure game. I'm surprised with how big the areas are. They almost do feel like open worlds in them themselves, you know. But still a really good time. I'm enjoying it. Don't think I'm gonna finish it before Avowed, which sucks, but it's okay. The other game, Ninja Gaiden, I am past. I think I'm on chapter 6 or 7 now. I think there's 18 chapters in the game. Played as the female character. She's pretty fun. Her boss though is really tough because you fight two big enemies in one like boss area, and that boss fight was definitely tough. I'm playing on hard too, so it's a little bit more challenging, but still having fun with that. Just trying to play like a little bit here and there. I'm not trying to like force myself to play these games, you know. I'm just trying to let them come to me. But yeah, with college football and Madden, those are games I play on stream. I'm starting to get really good at defense. Like my defense is improving like tremendously over my offense though. Like my offense is still stagnant, but my defense is getting like really good. But yeah, just playing a lot of games, trying to get through some games, trying to still play some of my mainstays, streaming a lot. But yeah.
I guess I forgot to ask you. You watched the Super Bowl, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Watched it at work actually.
How was it? Or how was the game, and then how was the halftime show?
Sure. Yeah, the game was it was a blowout. The Eagles completely demolished the Chiefs. The Patrick Mahomes kind of looked like he was off a little bit. Like he didn't really play like himself normally, and also the refs were not really being biased towards them during the game. And that was kind of like a running theme with the Chiefs this whole season, is like they scraped by a lot of their games. Like it's either the refs helped them, or like they got lucky, or the team missed a field goal or something like that. Like it was all just very like minor losses or minor wins that they got. Like so it was nice to see though, because just seeing the Chiefs not get every single flag call was just nice to see. Kind of reminded me of the Warriors back in 2018, 2017, 2019, when they used to do a bunch of illegal screens. Mm-hmm. Like they used to do a bunch of like moving screens, and the refs would never call it. So that's kind of how the Chiefs the Chiefs reminded me of in this season. It's like the refs were being so biased. Like they would be offsides all the time. Their men would start before the balls even snapped. Like so many flags that the refs could have called against them that they just didn't. But it was fun though. It was entertaining, even though it was a blowout. The Super Bowl halftime show was lit. I loved it. I was enjoying it. I actually got to go on my lunch during the halftime show, so I got to sit down and actually enjoy it and watch it. It was fun. Yeah, Kendrick did his thing, man. The symbolism is crazy. You know, there's been a lot of hate on it though. I've seen.
We know who that. I've seen a few that I would say is genuine.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of outsiders hating as well.
Absolutely.
Which is to be expected. but it has already broke the record for the most viewed Super Bowl performance. Yep. So take that with what you will.
Exactly.
But yeah, I watched the Super Bowl with everyone, with Jawad and Chuck, everybody. Okay. And it was like I was going for the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Just because I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. Just off the I don't care about I don't care about football at all. It's just for the love of the game. I just wanted to hate. So I was hating on the Chiefs. But then they were getting blown out a little too bad. And I was like, man, this ain't even fun to watch.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I need them to come back. I need them to win. Because they were down like 35-0 at one point. And I was like, man. And it was like at the half. I was like, if they come back, this is going to farm so much salt. And I would thrive off of the salt that it would produce. And I think that would be way more entertaining than the Eagles blowing out the Chiefs. So I was hoping for it to come back. It didn't happen. But yeah, I'm usually there for the commercials as well. The commercials are pretty ass this year. The Thunderbolts trailer was pretty cool. And that was about the only memorable I can think of. Memorable one. But yeah, the halftime show was fire. The only critique I had with the performance is that this man Kendrick was looking out of breath in at the beginning, after like the second or third song. I was like, when he was walking towards the camera, I was like, this man, why are you already out of breath? But then he had time to catch his breath, and then he did good the rest of the performance. Mm-hmm. I think it was when he was performing Humble, he was kind of out of breath. I was like, but yeah, other than that, great song choices. He didn't pick any Free to Slave music. None of that boring T-Pap stuff. All bangers. So yeah.
A critique that I have is I don't think SZA was actually singing. It didn't sound like she was actually singing.
I could see that.
Like I think she was lip singing that, but
that's fine.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. She's not the star, so it doesn't really matter.
But yeah. Let me see. Was there any cuts that you would have hoped to see, or any songs you would have hoped to see that didn't wasn't there?
I honestly, not really. I kind of knew that he was gonna play more of his like super popular stuff and like more of his newer things. I've already seen a lot of his older stuff, so I wasn't really looking for anything in particular. I was just there for whatever he did, honestly.
I was actually expecting him to pull Future out and perform like that.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, really, that was like the least guest heavy Super Bowl performance in a while. Because when you think about it, there's usually like 3 or 4 guests. I guess you can count Samuel Jackson and DJ Mustard kinda as guests.
And Serena Williams kinda.
Yeah, it's I guess, but I'm talking about performance wise, it was really just SZA, and that was it. Like last year was the Dr. Dre one, right? And he brought out 50 Cent, he brought out Eminem.
No, that was 2022.
Okay, that was 22. I don't even know what 2023 was.
Last year was Usher, I think.
Oh yeah, Usher. Did he bring out anybody? I don't even remember.
I don't
even think I watched that one, so that's just...
I might have not. I definitely watched the game because it was Chiefs versus Niners, but I don't remember the halftime show.
I think I was busy last year. I didn't get to watch it.
It's all good.
So yeah, that was the Super Bowl cap, I guess.
The Rams would have definitely made the Super Bowl if we beat the Eagles. We would have been there, but it's okay. We'll let Philly have this one.
Yeah, shout out to Philly being Philly, just wilding after the game. But yeah, as far as what I've been playing, there's been one game that has been keeping me, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I think I said I was playing this last time, did I? I can't remember. No?
Nah, you definitely talked about it on Project Untitled.
Yeah, Saturday. So I've decided that I'm gonna replay through the Xenoblade franchise.
Okay.
And I was starting with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I'm gonna play that before Xenoblade X comes out, and then when Xenoblade X comes out, I'm gonna play that, and then work my way to 2 and 3. This is actually my first time playing the first game since the original came out on the Wii. So I've never touched this game after the Wii version. So the Definitive Edition is definitely definitive because there's already off the bat, there are so many quality of life changes that make this so much better to play. The character models are so much better looking, and the UI, everything is just so much more streamlined and just better looking in general. Let me go back. So yeah, Xenoblade is really, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Getting first, it took a while to get back into the combat. It always hits me at the beginning, like no matter how many Xenoblade games I play, starting a Xenoblade game is always super overwhelming. And I'm like, oh my god, like why do I always forget how to play these games? I'm literally 4 games in and I still forget how to play these games every time I start a new one.
Yeah.
But the beginning is always super slow because you usually only have your 1 character or 2 characters, and you don't really have your chain combos yet. Have you played Xenoblade?
I have I only have the first one, but yeah, I played like 20 something hours of it.
Okay. So yeah, you understand like the break, topple, days, like the combos that you do. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, getting into that part of the game, like before you learn that chain combo, it kind of feels overwhelming, and it's like the combat doesn't really feel good, but it starts to work its way in. And do not skip tutorials in this game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is the one game you do not skip tutorials. The first time I played Xenoblade, I skipped the tutorials, was lost. I was like, what is this? What is this combat? What the hell am I supposed to be doing? This is terrible. And then I restarted it again, like maybe a year later. Actually read the tutorials and I was like, oh, okay. This should actually kind of smack. And like getting a successful break and then topple and then days always feels super satisfying. And I was like, yeah, this is. It was a completely different game when I understood what I was doing. So the combat system takes a little while, but once you get into it, it becomes really satisfying. So yeah, that was like the first obstacle, but I forgot how good the story and characters are in the first game as well. Like I really don't remember much of the story, so because it's been so long, and I like you get tidbits from playing especially like Future Redeem and stuff like that. You kind of get some memories. But I forgot like how the beginning of the story went. I was like, wait a minute. When there was a death that I was for whatever reason I did not remember the death happening, so I was like expecting, and then it happened. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, damn, it actually feels like I'm playing a new game at some points of it. Okay. So I'm enjoying my time with Xenoblade. I was hooked on it yesterday. I played like 10 hours after work.
Okay.
Well, since my girl was working late and I didn't know when she was getting off, I was just kind of waiting to go pick her up. So I was just playing until I realized like it was like 11 o'clock. By the time I was like, damn, what the fuck? I was like, why is she still not off? I kind of forgot about her, not gonna lie.
Damn. Was she waiting for you?
No, she was still working.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So yeah.
It's also Xenoblade's also one of those games where you don't really want to even miss the side quests, because if you do them, like they're pretty much on the path of like what you're like the main quest. Like you don't really have to go out of your way. They're all kind of just there.
Yeah, and another thing I like that's really small but I think is pretty cool is the affinity chart that they have for the NPCs, where you will talk to an NPC and then they'll be added to the chart. I don't know why, but I'm always like flailing my arms around when I talk, and I just be knocking shit over all the time.
It's all good.
Super clumsy.
It's all good.
So they'll add them to the chart, and then if you talk to another NPC, that NPC might say something like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for, like, have you seen my brother blah blah blah," and then like, oh, and it'll actually like connect the two characters on the affinity chart, like this is their brother, and or like this is his girlfriend and they're in an intimate relationship, like, oh, these two, they're brother and sister and they're fighting with each other, or like this girl has an unrequited love with this guy. And I love that aspect because it actually makes me want to talk to every NPC that I see and see how they relate to each other and like what's going on. And actually is a really cool, and the fact that they did this on the Wii, like the one thing that always blows my mind when playing, like the whole time I'm playing this game, I always remember that this was a Wii game. I'm like, how the fuck did they pull this off on the Wii? The vast areas, being able to just like go anywhere in this big vast area. There's so like the sense of scale on this Wii game compared to like pre GTA 5 open world games, or I would even say pre Red Dead Redemption open world games on the 360 and PS3. There really weren't that many open world games, even though this isn't really open world. It's a linear game, but they have these very vast and wide open areas that would rival some of the 360 and PS3 open world games, especially with how free you are to just explore anywhere. Like you can just jump off of this cliff, go into the water, you'll find your path back up to where you were. And there's a lot of verticality in it too, because you're always scaling some huge mountains, or you're scaling these fixtures and buildings, and you're always just in super high places that you're still able to like freely jump off of and explore, and you'll find secret areas as well. I'm like, bro, how did they do this on the Wii? That's really the common theme every time I'm playing this. I'm just like, how? So yeah, I'm loving this game so far, and that is the only game that I've been playing. Like literally have not touched anything else this week. Well, wait. Did I? Oh, I forgot. I did play some other games because I made. It was actually the games from the Indie Watch
Okay.
So I was downloading those. I downloaded those demos and I did get to play them. I did download another demo that I'm showing off now, which was PGA Tour 2K25.
Okay.
So I was playing Nintendo Switch Sports with my girl. We were playing golf. And for whatever reason, when I saw this demo was out, I was like, you know what? I don't know why. I just feel like trying out, because I've never had an interest in playing golf outside of Mario Golf or Nintendo Switch Sports Golf or Wii Sports Golf. So I was like, let me just see how this is, because I was playing golf on Switch Sports and it just kind of felt like a good time to try it since there was a demo. And I was like, oh, I actually had a lot of fun with this. It was very relaxing. There's a my player mode, not as robust as the NBA 2K my player mode, of course, but it was pretty fun to just go through, and the progress actually carries over to the full game, which was pretty cool for this demo. And you use like the right stick to, at least the control scheme I was using, you use the right stick to line up your shots. You have to hold down to get the power right. It's kind of like a QTE where you have to make sure that it lines up with the amount of power that you want to use, and then you press up or you flick it up. And you have to make sure it's straight. If you flick it a little to the left, it'll curve. If you flick it a little to the right, it'll curve to the right. So I love that aspect of using the right stick. It kind of felt like Skate.
Okay.
When you're doing like the tricks on Skate, it felt really similar to that. But yeah, I was having a good time just like chilling and playing this. And I was like, man, my putting is terrible, but like I suck at putting. I don't know why I was having so much trouble with it, but it was giving me such a hard time. So yeah, I was having a lot of fun with that actually. I feel like I might actually end up picking it up on sale one of these days.
Okay.
All right, so the demos from the Indie Watch that we did last week, I believe. The first one, Genokids. This was the character action platinum-ish style game that had the kind of cartoonish art style with the 4 playable characters. You remember that one?
Not
really. Yeah. So this one was, out of the 3 demos, I would say this one was the second best for sure.
Okay.
And it's really close to I won't say really close to a platinum game, but it has a lot of the combat tendencies and aspects of a platinum game that you like. There's air launches, air combos, you have heavy and light attacks, and then you have your dodge roll. I believe there's a block as well.
Wait, are you talking about the burning sword?
No, Genokids.
Genokids? Okay, hold up. Let me look for it.
But I did play the burning sword demo as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it should still be in the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Doku Abyss Unchained. 07 Burning Sword. Oh, Genokids. Oh yeah, this is the one that kind of looked like Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like okay.
The Hi-Fi Rush vibes with some platinum.
I got you.
So yeah,
yep.
The combat felt really good. It flowed together pretty well. You have your light, heavy attacks, and then you also have, if you hold RT, you'll have your XYAB kind of special attacks that you can use to put combos together and like do finisher moves that really add to the style and obviously add to your score, because there is a score card for doing stylish attacks and not getting hit. So you want to make sure that you don't get hit and pull off different combos and different flow attacks so that you can get that S rank. So a lot like how Platinum and DMC style games are. But yeah, sure. they did a really good job of keeping that. They did good. Like as far as indie games go, I think this is probably the closest to a like Platinum, Capcom, Hi-Fi Rush level character action game I've ever played. So combat is like B+ for sure.
Okay.
The only nitpick that I have, and it's a half nitpick because there are some really good aspects of it, and then there's a bad aspect of it, and that's the platforming and just the like traversal through the world. So there's a momentum system where you gain speed as you run, which in most games is pretty cool, right? I like how Mario uses their momentum system. Sonic has a momentum system when they get it right, or they used to at least, the adventure games.
Yeah.
So momentum is usually pretty cool if you use it right. This game has it, but it doesn't feel like it was built around it, which doesn't really make any sense because you need to run a little bit to gain enough speed to make certain jumps, but you'll be on a very small platform, and like you'll be jumping onto a platform, and when you jump, it kind of slows you down. You don't really keep your momentum after jumping.
Okay.
Which, what's the point of the momentum if you're like, if I jump and I slow down?
Yeah.
So I'll jump onto a platform, I'll slow down, I'll try to jump to the other platform that kind of needs a little longer jump, and then I won't be able to make that jump. I'm like, okay. So then I have to run in circles on the platform to build enough speed to jump to the next platform. And I was like, that's a very weird design flaw with that movement system. But they also have this really cool chase system, which feels kind of like the Sonic, what do they call it? The homing dash, where like it'll lock on to like the spring and you'll dash into the spring and then that'll take you up, and then you'll dash onto the grinding rail. It basically has that system, except it'll be like, oh, you see a wall that you can run on, and then you'll dash to that and you'll do a wall run, and there'll be a pole that you can swing on. You'll dash to that and you'll swing. So that aspect of the platforming feels really good, and it keeps the flow of the game going, and it's very, very fast paced, feels nice. But then it's just like the regular platforming that just falls short. Yeah, that's definitely something that they can, because the game isn't out yet, so they're still working on it. That is something that they could hopefully fix. And then that's really my only nitpick with the game. I feel like everything else felt really good. The animations are good. The voice acting was actually kind of good, which I wasn't expecting. Very Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon-esque dialogue, but in a good way. It felt like some of the better like Nicktoons style shows as far as the dialogue goes. Okay. Well, I will say that the cutscenes though are kind of jarring because they are very low quality 2D. Like, it feels like they're kind of sketches, or they're like the storyboard. They're not finished. I'm hoping that's the case, that they just didn't. They're not finished with the actual cutscene designs. Yeah. So there's like a placeholder. But if that's like what they're actually going for, it's like very low quality as far as the cutscenes go. Because I'm okay with stills for cutscenes, especially for indie games, if the art is like high quality. The art isn't really high quality. That's my nitpick.
Okay.
All right, so that's Genokids. I'm very optimistic about this game. Almost everything I played about it was a positive, besides a couple of nitpicks. So
for sure,
yeah. And the boss was actually pretty challenging. Was pretty challenging, and it was fun because you couldn't just spam attacks to beat her. You had to actually learn patterns and kind of like you would basically go through different phases. Like she had different phases. She I was like, okay, like they actually have some really good designs, and even the regular enemy designs were really good as well. Like they had some like long range projectile characters or enemies that you had to kind of watch out for and dodge their projectiles while fighting the other enemies, or you just go for them first so that you can take them out. So they put a lot of thought into this game. It's not half-assed at all. So
okay,
for an indie game, I feel like this is a really top tier character action game.
Okay, sick.
All right, now to go. All right. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. This is an indie game, so I will preface that by saying this isn't supposed to be like I'm not expecting it to be this super high quality AAA project. And as an indie game, I'm obviously not gonna hold it to the highest standards. But this game, Burning Sword, Death Sun, is not good in its current state. And it does say this is an alpha version of the game. I'm like, okay, alpha version. There's still time to build on this and make it better. But there was nothing that felt good. Nothing felt good on this game so far. And it was one that I was most excited about because the clip that they showed looked really flashy. They had the freezing attack, and then he would do like the flaming sword afterwards. I was like, okay, that's such a cool mechanic. And first, right off the bat, all the enemies have the same face. And the first cutscene you see is the two characters, or like the two enemies that you're about to fight for the first time. Both of them are looking at you with the same face, same hat, same clothes. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, remember, indie budget. I can't get too but at least don't make it that jarring. Right off you're seeing a close up of both of them in the cutscene. So I'm like, okay, fine. Combat is, I was like, as long as the combat shines, I guess it really doesn't matter. It didn't shine though. Like, okay, there's a lot of cool aspects. There's light, heavy attacks. There's a dodge. You dodge at the right time. You do this flashy kind of move. When you're attacking and dodging, you have these after trails. I love after trails in games. After trails always look cool. Just look at Akuma when he does his what is it called? I always forget. The Raging Demon, yeah. When he does the Raging Demon. So like that aspect, I'm like, okay, this looks cool. But there's also a stagger meter on the enemy, so you kind of build up their stagger bar, and then you can do this finisher. And then first time I did it, I was like, ooh, that's cool. Then the second time I did it, I was like, ooh, And then the third time I was like, oh, this is just the same punch every time. And it does this slow-mo every time. Every time you do it in slow-mo and you punch, and it's the same animation every single time. And then after the sixth enemy, I was like, oh, this isn't gonna get any better, is it? So I really don't want to dog on this game too much, but I'm hoping that this is an alpha that by the time it's like beta, it feels like a completely different game. And I'm hoping that the demo helps them. I actually gave some feedback for this game because I'm not gonna play, especially for indies. I love giving feedback because unlike these like AAA AAA publishers and developers, I feel like your words are just gonna be lost to the wind. But indie developers, I feel like they are more likely to actually take your criticism to heart. So I sent some advice, or not advice, but just like my critiques and how I felt about it. So I'm be keeping an eye on this game. Hopefully it improves from what I played. So that was Burning Sword, Death Sun. A lot of potential, I will say. Now, this game was my favorite out of the three, and I ended up buying it right after. Okay. This game's already out. Unlike the other two games, which are still in development, this game was already out. And this is Shady Night, I believe it's called. Shady Night is a first-person action platforming game. It's not a roguelite. At first, I thought it was a roguelite, but it's actually just a level-based game. And there's a speed running aspect to it, or I guess not really speed running, but like a style style scoring kind of mechanic where you want to try to get the highest score that you can, and you can compete with everybody. There's leaderboards, so kind of reminded me of a Neon White or Ghost Runner. Both really good games, and both games I enjoyed. So I was like, oh, okay, this is more of that. Like, bet. I was already sold once I realized that. All right, first things first, you got grapple hook. Come on. Grapple hook automatically, like, yeah. And the grapple hook can be used on enemies and as a platforming tool. So double whammy, yes, let's fucking go. And there's a ragdolling effect when you grab an enemy with the grapple hook, but there's also a kick. So you can grapple hook an enemy to you and then kick, like Sparta kick them away from you, and you can literally keep repeating that combo where you just keep pulling them towards you, kicking them, and then pulling them towards you again. So satisfying. I was like, okay. They get me. Like, this game already off the bat, I was like, this is a me game for sure, because everything is physics based, and you can literally everything from barrels and chairs, and you get a sword and you can throw the sword and you can chain it back to you and then throw it again. Like, there's so much that you can do mechanically, and it gives you so much freedom on how you use the mechanics, which is something that I love to see. So I was having so much fun just with the mechanics alone. Then I finally actually started doing the score, I was going through the levels again to try to get a better score. Trying to get at least an A on the levels that they had in the demo. I literally spent like 2 hours just doing that, and I was like, bro, I was already kind of hooked. I was like, yeah, I'm buying this shit. Like, literally, right after the demo, I bought it, I was like, yeah, this is for me. So Shady Night, it was definitely my favorite of the bunch, and I haven't played it because I was already playing Xenoblade at the time.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely gonna end up coming back to this. Might even be like my kind of mellow down after like playing along. If I play a lot of Xenoblade, I might go to this just to have something to, more brain dead.
Yeah.
Just going through the levels, kicking shit, and so yeah, I enjoyed this a lot, and the art style is pretty cool. Distinct with the kind of like black and orange aesthetic on the enemies and everything, very dark and gritty. Yeah, that was Shady Night. Highly recommend, and it's out now. I think it's like $20. So yeah, those are the games. Oh, and of course I beat Blade Chimera. So finished it. It's done.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Because I have to talk about this here.
For sure.
This game is pretty amazing, and I'm glad that I finished it. I 100% it also.
Okay.
Every single collectible, every weapon.
Fuck yeah.
Every 100% on the map.
Let's go.
So this game is really incredible, and not even only from a gameplay standpoint, the story was actually super satisfying. I'm not gonna say like it's like the greatest writing or the greatest narrative I'd ever seen. It's very, it's anime good. It's like it does its job. It's not trying to be super deep, but it has some plot twists that I wasn't expecting, and it does. It gets you with the. I don't know if I said this last time. I don't remember if this was after I streamed or before when we did the last show. But I was streaming this on Twitch, and there was a part in the story where I was like, "Oh shit! Did they really just do that?" I was so surprised. I was like, "Bro, they did they actually they really surprised me with the writing and the story." I was like, I can't believe that actually happened. I was like, damn, I was not going into this game expecting this kind of narrative like quality. So I was like, oh yeah. So, and then this is one of the, I do not 100% games.
Yeah.
Like I really don't care.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was so easy to 100% that I kind of just was like, well, I'm already like 90% of the way. I might, like, before I got to the final boss, I was 90% of the way. I was like, I might as well just get all the collectibles, get all the weapons and stuff. So I went ahead and did that. I got literally every collectible except for one, and I was looking around everywhere for it. Then I had to look it up, but then it literally said that you have to beat the final boss to get the last collectible. So don't be like me. Don't spend extra time looking for the last puzzle piece and you haven't beat the final boss yet. It's after the final boss. So I highly recommend 100% in this game, because it's almost like a definitive end if you get the 100%, because there's a final boss, a secret final boss that is tied to the story, like very much a part of it really felt like this was the main story. Like, if you don't fight the secret boss, it doesn't feel completed, honestly.
Okay.
Or not really, because the real final boss, like the actual final boss, not the secret one.
Yeah.
Like it gives you closure. It's good. Like, okay, cool. It's what you would expect the final boss to be. But the secret final boss is like a holy shit kind of like, bro, this is the final boss, and it's tied so deeply into the story that I would be like, it would be a disservice if you didn't fight this secret final boss and then get that ending that you get after fighting the final boss, like the secret one. So I highly recommend, highly recommend 100%ing it. It's not that hard. If you need help with the last few puzzle pieces, you can literally look it up online to get the 100%. It's not too much work at all. And if you're doing all the side quests anyways throughout the game, you'll basically come across most of the collectibles just doing that. So definitely 100%. And the secret final boss. Okay, so you remember what I was saying? Yeah, this game was too easy, but then I got to some parts where they were just whooping my ass. And I was like, okay, the difficulty finally started to ramp up, and then got to the first final boss, and he was pretty hard. You know, I died a couple of times. I was like, okay, that was a good challenge. The difficulty spike on the secret final boss was so crazy,
pretty
bro.
Crazy, huh? Okay.
When I say I was like an hour and some change just going back to back with this villain or with this secret boss, I'm over here like, okay, I'm literally like, I never used consumables until I didn't use any consumables until the final boss, but I only used like one just because I didn't want to restart. So I really never had the any reason to use consumables. Like, I could have beat him without using a consumable. That you were not beating that boss without consumables. I mean, if you obviously you can learn the patterns and then you can beat it without getting hit, but it, like, even with using the consumables, I was still just getting destroyed. I was still dying. And like, the consumables don't really do shit because it takes, like, depending on what consumables you have, because I didn't buy any consumables. I was just using the ones that I just collected throughout my journey. And they give you like 20 HP out of, like, by the end of the game, I had like 300 HP. So you can only hold 10 at a time. I'm using 10 of my HP consumables just on like one hit. If I get hit one time, I'm using all 10 of one of these consumables, and then I'm going to the next one. I'm like, bro, I'm literally like fighting her, and I will run out of health. Like, I'm all the consumables that I've gathered throughout the entire journey of this game, I used up, and then I still died fighting this boss. So yes, she's crazy hard. Pause. And I was like, bro, y'all ain't even ease me into this type of difficulty. Y'all just like, yeah, you gonna ride through, but this last one, we gonna show you we gonna show you what difficulty actually is in this game. I really wish that there was more of that. I think the game kind of does need a little bit more difficulty still. But yes, that secret boss was crazy. Definitely no joke. It was harder than the extra, like the hard challenges on Prince of Persia. I think it was harder than those combat trials in the DLC. So yeah, that was actually pretty fun because of the difficulty spike. But yeah, highly recommend this game. This is my favorite game of the year so far. I'm actually sad that I beat it. I really want to keep playing it, but there's literally nothing else to do. I don't know if it's gonna get any DLC. I don't know how much it sold or anything. I haven't really seen too many people talking about it, so I'm guessing it hasn't done too well, but I don't think it's done too bad either. So
I think it might be time for you to play Nine Souls. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
That game is tough. That game is fucking hard as shit.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll jump into another Metroidvania, but yeah, this isn't really a Metroidvania either.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Blade Chimera. Finally wrapped it up. It's very high on my list for games to recommend for the year. I'm glad I wrapped it up before the crazy season that we're about to get into.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I've talked enough. So let's get into our warm-up topic, or I guess not really a warm-up because this is a main topic or a big topic, but the state of play. Let's talk about it.
Sure.
We just came off of our live reaction, but just wanted to get a little bit more in depth with it and how we felt. So first off, let's just, how did you feel about the state of play overall?
Yeah, a lot of third parties, as we know. It's a ton of third parties, but I mean, it was cool. It was okay. I don't know. I guess I just was expecting more than what they showed, so the expectations thing could definitely be on me. But I mean, it was alright. I'm not super high on it. It definitely was like kind of a forgettable showcase, but it was okay.
Okay. As for me, if I'm looking at it purely as the quality of the games that they showed, I'd say that if this was like a third party showcase or something like that, I would probably rate this a little higher, maybe like a 7.58. And because most of the games that they did show, I had some interest in. There are a few games that I'm just kind of tired of seeing in every single showcase, like what we're seeing right now, Monster Hunter Wilds, and what was the other one? Oh, Metal Gear Solid Alpha, or sorry, Tri, whatever it's called. So there's definitely some games that have overstayed their welcome, and they just show up every time. Monster Hunter Wilds specifically has been in multiple state of plays, which is like, why are you here? You're coming out this month. We don't need to see any more of you. You literally just had a Capcom spotlight. How much marketing does this game really need? It's Monster Hunter. It's gonna sell. It's gonna sell buku amounts. You do not need to be at every single show. So yeah, but but how I usually look at the state of plays is, does this, like, how does this make me feel as someone who doesn't really like PlayStation? Isn't my main console, so does this make me want to turn on my PlayStation? And for the most part, they didn't really show me reasons to turn on my PlayStation. Now, there's still some question marks. like a big one that was announced at the end. And depending on where that game goes on day one, that will basically kind of determine if I'm going to be turning on my PlayStation or not. So right now, it's not looking good as a PlayStation-centric show, as in like exclusive PlayStation games. And we did see some tweets come out that a lot of the games that were shown did get announced for Xbox and PC as well. So there is that. So let's go through the individual games. So first off, they did show Monster Hunter Wilds, which I just talked about. I know everyone's hyped for Monster Hunter Wilds, so it's really not much to say on that, but I already said y'all need to stop showing this damn game. Then they followed up with Shinobi from the team that did Streets of Rage 4. So how did you feel about the new Shinobi?
Yeah, it looks sick. I'm excited for it. So it looks cool. I really like the art style.
The art style was the first thing that grabbed me. I remember when Sega did that announcement at the Game Awards with the 5 games classic IP being resurrected, and the Shinobi one stood out the most because of its unique art style and just how polished it looks. I was like, man, that's gonna be a banger when it comes out. And it's crazy having this and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound coming out the same year. 2D side-scrolling, like resurrections for both of these IP. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I loved this, and that art style is killer. The action looked fast-paced. There's some cool, maybe challenging platforming sections as well. Love to see all of that. Everything that they showed, I was like, yes, that sounds great. So I'm super hyped for Shinobi. Then we got Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which I'm a huge fan of Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, but not a fan of Team Sonic Racing, or whatever it was called, Sonic Team Racing, something like that. The one that came out afterwards. Mm-hmm. Not a fan of that one. So from the trailer, they had some cool aspects to it. You're like going through. It was basically the rift apart of like Mario Kart, like Sonic Racing Rift Apart. You're going through these portals and it's transporting you to different locations, which is a cool concept. I like it. But I really got to get my hands on it to gauge if it's more of a transformed Sega All-Stars or if it's more of a Sonic Team Racing when it comes to the feel of it. But it looked pretty good, not gonna lie. Definitely better than Sonic Generations X Shadow, or whatever it's called. But yeah, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, it looks cool. The little Doctor Strange portals definitely is a unique touch, I guess. But yeah, it looks fun actually as a kart racer.
Is this the Mario Kart 10 killer? Is like people are gonna be like, well, why would I need a Mario Kart 10 when I have Sonic Racing Crossworlds? That's what's gonna happen.
Not at all. Not at all.
Am I crazy? All right. Am I crazy? Or does Mario Kart 10 graphically look better than this?
Oh, of course. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe looks graphically better than that.
Maybe not Mario Kart 8, but I won't go as far as to say Mario Kart 8. But I will say Mario Kart 10 graphically looks better than this game. Just from that clip that we saw.
Yeah.
And I've been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? And after like seeing the breakdown of Mario Kart 10 and its graphics, now I'm looking at Mario Kart 8 after seeing Mario Kart 10 and I notice everything. I'm like, oh, why does this game not look as good as I remember anymore? Like the glasses, it was like the glasses of like, man, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe still looks amazing today. They just flew off. I was like, bro, I can see it all. I've been shown. It's basically I ate the apple. I've seen the truth, and now I can't unsee the truth. So now I'm like, damn. And when I keep playing, I'm like, bro, these characters looking kind of blocky, bro. But I never really looked at it that way until I saw like the side by side on Mario Kart 10. Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, I didn't know what I had. So yeah. But yeah, Mario Kart 10 is looking good. All right. This announcement here pissed me off. This next game pissed me off, bro. Because I was like, bro, Bandai Namco, okay. It's looking like a RPG, a JRPG. It's set in a fantasy world. It's set in a city. I'm like, oh, bro, this is Bandai Namco's Persona. This is about to be crazy. I was like, oh, this is about to be the greatest game. I was so hyped, and then it turned out to be fucking Digimon. It turned out to be Digimon, bro. Of all things. My most hated franchise. I can't believe that they tricked me into thinking that they had some fire, and it was just fucking Digimon, bro. The pain that I felt can never be unfelt. But yeah, did you have any interest in this at all?
Nah, I was never a Digimon kid. Never got into it. Definitely was a Pokemon kid growing up for sure. So I have like no ties to Digimon.
Shout out to Neo GameSpark. He's a huge Digimon fan, and he be trying to shit on Pokemon, and I just be bringing up them sales numbers, and then he can't really say nothing after that. But we know he be talking down on the anime, talking about the Pokemon anime is trash. I'm like, bro, you gonna talk down on Ash Ketchum when you gonna talk down Ash Ketchum and Pikachu, and you gonna big up Metal Akatarkoteramon or whatever the fuck his name is. I love you, Neo, though. Not even but Digimon could never get into it. Even I was just like, bro, this is not hype. What is this? So yeah, me and Digimon, we not cool. We don't hang around. Digimon don't come around where I'm at. I don't go around where Digimon at. We stay our separate ways. Okay. So yeah. All right. So this is actually a game I predicted to be here with a release date, and that came true. Lost Soul Aside. This is the first, I believe this was the first China Hero project from PlayStation. And it's a solo developer who's been working on this game for 10 years. And it is finally arriving May 8th, I believe. We'll see it in the trailer. But yeah, it looks amazing.
May 30th.
May 30th, okay.
Day and date to PC as well.
Yep, PS5 and PC. This game looks amazing. The combat looks so fluid and so good. The traversal mechanics also look cool. I hope they're not scripted, like a Final Fantasy 16, but it looks really cool. I love the aesthetic. I love the environments, the enemy designs, the main character, even though he kind of looks like Noctis. Yeah, everything looks really good. I'm hoping that this game lives up to my expectations. But how are you feeling on Lost Soul side?
Yeah, the combat looks sick. It definitely has character action tendencies for sure, or it straight up looks like character action. But you said this was one person?
Yes, it's one solo developer. The guy who was on screen at the beginning, that is the single developer for Lost Soul side.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Yep.
That's super impressive, actually. Wow.
And I'm hoping this isn't a, what was it? Bright Memory Infinite. You know, that was also a solo developer that looked amazing, and then it was a 2-hour tech demo. But knowing that this was actually backed by PlayStation, I'm pretty sure it's not. But yeah, I'm excited. I've been excited about that game since it was first shown. And they were like, yeah, it's coming out in 2019. And they were like, it's coming out in 2020. And then it's coming out 2021. And I was like, okay, guys, I'll believe it when I see it. And now we're here in 2025. And I can believe it now. Oh, did I miss anything? Okay. So let me go back a little. All right. So yeah, Lost Soul aside, PS5 and PC May 30th. Then they announced that a demo is arriving this week for Pirate Yakuza on Friday. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. Are you gonna be checking it out?
The demo, probably not, but maybe actually. I don't know. I'm always 50-50 on demos. But I'm already kind of there for the game. The game's already super exciting, so.
Yeah, I know I'm not going to play the game anytime soon, so I just want to play the demo and then be like, yeah, it's definitely, like, I'm going to get it for sure when I have the time.
For sure.
And the Yakuza news did not stop there, because we got a collaboration between Yakuza Like a Dragon and Dave the Diver, Ichiban's Holiday. It looked amazing. There's some beat 'em up gameplay included, which I'm there for it. Like, it looked sick. I never would have thought that these would be the collaborators, because David Diver's been doing a lot of collaborations. I did not think that Yakuza would be one of them. But with Ichiban, it just makes sense because of his goofiness in the first place. It just fits really well. So I'm excited about that. Any interest in Dave the Diver Yakuza? No.
It looked cool, like the 2D beat 'em up stuff. Definitely looks sick. But I've still yet to try it out. I was kind of hoping that this would be one of those games that they would add on Game Pass, because I don't think Dave the Diver is still on Xbox, right? It's not on Xbox, right?
I actually don't know.
I don't think it is, but I was hoping for this one to be an Xbox Game Pass. But I've heard nothing but good things though from Dave the Diver. So
highly addictive, very good.
Yeah.
All right, then we got more gameplay and a alpha that's beginning on February 27th for Splitgate 2. It looks really good. I'm probably gonna play the alpha because it has so much potential with how much they've revamped what worked in Splitgate 1 and what didn't. So very excited about this. Any excitement for Splitgate 2?
Yeah, I never tried out the first one, so I've been actually waiting for this one. The gameplay looks sick, looks fun. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. I might actually play the alpha for this one, just so I could try it.
All right, then we got WWE 2K25. How'd you feel about this one?
Yeah, no, I'm not even coming close to this game. Not even gonna look at it on the store.
I've had some interest in playing the WWE 2K ever since they kind of revamped it and fixed it after the whole 2K18 and 2K20 fiasco that they had. Ever since like 2K22, they got the game into a really good state, and they've only improved on it since. So I've been kind of interested in it after being burned by 2K18 and 2K20. But this trailer definitely made me like 0% excited for 2K25. I hate the neighborhood and the city in NBA 2K. That single-handedly ruined that franchise for me. And the fact that they're adding it to the WWE games, yeah, I'm okay. I'm staying clear out. If I'm gonna get any WWE, it's gonna be 2K24 and behind. Like, I'm probably gonna get WWE 2K24 or 2K23 when it's on sale. So yeah. So okay. 2K got to go back to back because they also showed some gameplay for Borderlands 4. And how'd you feel about this?
Yeah. This was actually kind of a savvy get for PlayStation to get the marketing for this. They definitely need market a first-person shooter for sure. That's one of the games that's missing from their lineup. But I'm a Borderlands guy, man. I've played all of them. I played Borderlands 1, 2. I played the DLC for 2. I played all the DLCs for 3. I've even played the pre-sequel. I platinumed Wonderland, so I always play Borderlands when they come around. They're just like, you know, those fun popcorn games that you can play with your friends. You have a nice fun time looting and shooting and all that. So I might be there day one actually, depending on what's coming out in September. But I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I'm a Borderlands fan for like 20 hours.
Okay.
And then I get bored out of my mind with every game. I like literally the first game, I was like, man, this is fucking amazing. Like, oh, this game is so good. And then 20 hours in, I was just like, bro, this is boring as hell. And then I would drop it. And like Borderlands 2 came out, like, oh, they added vehicles. Was that the thing that they did in Borderlands 2?
No, Borderlands 1 had vehicles.
I think they had I don't know. They improved the vehicles. I know that. In Borderlands 2, they had some other stuff. I don't remember.
The story was way better in 2.
And I was like, okay, cool. Like, this is such an improvement over the first one. And I was playing co-op, and like, man, it was fun. And it's like 20, 30 hours. And then I'm like, yeah, it's like
it was also I remember for 2 it was also like a biomes thing, like because the first one only had like it was really just a desert land, and then the second one it was like, oh, it was frozen lands, it was the sand lands, it was all this. But
so like the loop just never captures me for long enough to finish these games. I always get bored out of my mind by the end of the loop, and then I'll be playing with somebody and they're like, you want to hop back on, like let's get back on this Borderlands, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of done, bro. Not gonna lie to you. It was actually Chuck. I was playing Borderlands 2 with Chuck. Okay. And then I was like, yeah, bro, it's not happening. Like, I don't know. So I didn't even I played a little bit of pre-sequel, and by the time pre-sequel came out, I was just like the looter shooter thing was already just like, oh, it was over for me. I was like, no.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's not doing it. I couldn't play it. And then when Borderlands 3 came out, I just had no interest in even trying it. And then I only heard bad things about like the writing and the humor in it. So I was like, you know what? Not even gonna attempt it. I think I have it in my library. I just have not touched it once. So, but now I think I'm on board with Borderlands 4 because it's been a while. Now because it was like the Borderlands games were just coming kind of back to back with the pre-sequel and Tales from the Borderland, which I actually enjoyed the Tales from the Borderland. That was actually,
that's one that I played too.
Yeah. So I think I might be back on board for Borderlands 4. Also, they added a grapple hook. You know I love grapple hooks. I can't turn down a grapple hook.
For sure.
But yeah, it looked really good. I'm tentatively excited about this one. So yeah, I might be playing co-op with you in Borderlands 4.
Okay.
We might see.
For sure.
All right. Also, fuck Randy Pitchford. I don't understand how he's still in this industry. He's like Bobby Kotick levels. Oh, and the release date is September 23rd, which is 3 days before my birthday. So that's a good place to put that. All right. Split Fiction, some new gameplay story trailer, getting a little bit more insight on the two characters and what's going on in the story. But yeah, did this get you more hyped, less hyped, more of the same?
Yeah, more of the same. I'm actually super excited for this one. I'm excited to see how it scores. But yeah, no, it didn't change any of my opinions on it. Still looks really good.
Yeah, it didn't really show anything that got me more excited.
Yeah.
So I'm still just the same. Still very excited about it. I feel like it's gonna score less than It Takes Two. Just from the vibes, but I think it's because like It Takes Two took what A Way Out did, and like it was, I won't say it's perfected, but it did a very close to perfect rendition of that formula, and they have to do a lot to try to top what they did with It Takes Two. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Okay. All right, the next game was a game from Supermassive. It is a horror game set in space. I do not remember the title. Oh, Directive 8020, that's what it was. So a horror game set in space, most likely choice driven, maybe multiplayer, like the Quarry, as well as some other Supermassive games. But it has a kind of The Thing vibe, except it's set in space. I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. If you like Supermassive games, I don't see why you wouldn't like this. So I don't know. How do I feel about Supermassive? It's like, I feel like they've never topped Until Dawn. And I played Man of Medan. I played a little bit of the Quarry, but none of them really got me like Until Dawn did.
Okay.
So I like that this is a setting that they like. This is way off from any of their other games as far as setting goes.
Yeah.
And that actually has me a little bit more hyped about this.
Okay. So
I think I might be interested in this one. But how are you feeling about it?
It's I haven't actually played one of their games in a while. The last one I did, I actually haven't played any of their games. Because we're talking about Supermassive, right?
Yep.
I haven't played the Quarry. I didn't play any of the Dark Picture games. The only one that I've played was Until Dawn. But okay. I think this one's gonna be on all platforms.
I was actually looking it up now.
What's the game called again?
Directive 8020.
Directive 8020. It says Xbox, PC, and PlayStation.
Yep.
But it looks cool though. It looks cool. Looks super immersive. Looks like they've polished up their engine quite a bit. I don't are they still using Unreal Engine?
I actually don't know.
Because wasn't the Until Dawn remake? Oh no, that wasn't even super massive though.
That was not.
Oh wow.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Damn, I'm just getting it all confused. But yeah, I mean it looks cool. I'm interested, but I don't know if I'll pick it up though.
I feel you. Okay, another horror game. Five Nights at Freddy's. I do not care about Five Nights at Freddy's at all.
Same, bro.
Okay.
Same.
It seems like we get a new one like every year.
Yeah.
So that happened. All right, Midnight Walk. This is a PS5 exclusive, one of the few that was here. And this game is, I don't know, actually. I don't know what it is. Is it a survival horror game? It looks like it. Is it a... I don't know, but I like it. Whatever it is, I like the vibes. I like the aesthetic. I like the art style. Yeah. Whatever this is, I really like it.
Okay.
So that's how I feel. It looked like there's a lot of different elements to the gameplay, the creatures in this game. Like there's some puzzle-ish stuff going on, but there's also some like shooting and action as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that seems a little up my alley.
Okay.
And it's coming out May 8th, if I'm remembering.
Okay.
Yeah, May 8th. This was the one that was May 8th. PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2, which I still don't have a VR headset, so. But I would. This would definitely be a game I would play in VR if I did have one. But how'd you feel about it?
Yeah. It's another one, you know, but not too hyped, but it was cool to see it for sure.
All right. Darwin's Paradox. A squid 2D puzzle platformer, I'm guessing. Kind of inside vibes going on. How'd you feel about this one?
Yeah, this one was cool because it showed like him hiding from the environment is him like going into like a small form and he like turns like gray or something like that. So that seemed like it was like
he kind of matches with the paper that's on the ground. Yeah,
exactly.
Does camouflage.
For sure, yeah, that's the camouflage. That was the word I was trying to get to. But that seems like it's like the main mechanic is you're like hiding whenever like an enemy or anything like that is trying to look for you or something like that. But it seems pretty cool. Seems cool, like a cool little game.
They showed that you can like there was a camera or like a spotlight and you can ink so that you can kind of hide and not be spotted by the spotlight. They showed you like sticking onto the platforms when you're platforming. So it seems like a lot of cool stuff going on as far as the ideas, and then just the premise that there's some kind of like world domination invasion happening, and for whatever reason this octopus is going to be the one that stops this and saves the entire world. I was like, you know what, I really liked what I saw. That even though it looks goofy as hell, it looks really interesting. I did not see if that was coming to Xbox or not, or PC.
Let me see. Let me look for you. It's only showing a PlayStation logo.
Okay, so that is, yeah, that one is only on PlayStation as far as I can see. All right, the next one is Warriors Abyss. This is a roguelite. Free to play? Did we confirm that this was free to play?
Wait, let me look for it. find it. I can't find it. Where is it? Warriors Abyss, right?
Yes, Warriors Abyss, a roguelite, isometric, Dynasty Warrior style game that is kind of cool. I like the aesthetic of it. It has very mobile game-ish kind of feel to it as far as the aesthetic and the UI, but it
no, it's not free.
Okay.
It's I'm looking on Steam, it's $24.99.
That's not too bad. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, and it was a shadow drop. It is out today and it's for everything, right? PS4, PS5,
yeah,
Xbox,
I'm seeing,
and PC.
PS4. It's even on Switch apparently.
Okay, that makes sense. It looks very Switchish.
Okay.
Then they showed Onimusha 2, which we got an announcement of in the Capcom Spotlight a few days ago. So the port or kind of remaster of Onimusha 2 is coming soon as well to everything. May 23rd is the release date.
Yep.
I'm probably not gonna play that, but how about you?
Yeah, probably not. I might check out the first one if I do check out Onimusha, because I think I have that via PlayStation Plus. But yeah, I've never played an Onimusha game, but it looks pretty cool. Definitely looks like a game from like a era gone by.
Yeah.
But it's cool though. It's cool.
I liked I loved Onimusha, but I would definitely never go back to it.
Okay.
It was definitely like, even I feel that way about Ninja Gaiden. Onimusha is even far back as far as like
when it came out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna subject myself to that. But they did follow up with the new Onimusha game, Way of the Sword.
Yep.
And it looked pretty amazing. That
Absolutely.
RE engine going hard, working wonders. It just like how Onimusha just felt like Resident Evil, but you're like Resident Evil with swords in a like more Japanese environment. This kind of feels like a Resident Evil 2. Maybe not as much. Not as corridor, more open. So I wouldn't go as far as say it's like a Resident Evil 2, but it has that RE engine charm for sure. But actually kind of reminded me of what's it called? Path of the Goddess.
Yeah, Kunitsugami.
Yeah, has a lot of Kunitsugami vibes as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, gameplay looked pretty fun. I like the environmental attacks and being able to like he hit him into the thing, and then the cloth was on him. He was just like flailing around, hitting his enemy, like the enemies were getting hit by him on accident. So yeah, I like what they're trying to do with that. I hope they fully go into that when it comes to the environmental gameplay. But is this gonna be your jump into Onimusha?
Potentially, yeah. I like the gameplay. It looks really slick. It definitely. I like the dismemberment or even like slicing the people in half. That looks sick. I like the goriness in it. And then it even has like that yokai stuff going on too with like the monsters and the beasts and stuff. But yeah, this game looks sick.
I like how
might be my first time.
I like how like when he's slicing through them, he hits them and it stops, and then he just goes psh, and then he just like finished the slice. That looks
Absolutely.
pretty sick.
And then even that part where I'm looking at right now where he like uses like the door or something as like a shield almost, and then he like kicks it or something like that. That's pretty sick. Yeah, no,
I hope they really go all in with that, and they just make it like a staple of the game. Because we don't. There's so many games that just don't use the environment around you.
Exactly.
So that is Onimusha Way of the Sword, 2026 release date. A little far off, but not too bad. All right, then we got Metal Gear Solid Tri, which is Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake, and still looking good. This is the 100th time that we've seen it, but we at least got a release date this time, August 28th, 2025. Mm-hmm. I'm still contemplating if I'm gonna get this. I played Metal Gear Solid 3 pretty extensively back then. Definitely. This is the only Metal Gear Solid that I've completed myself. I've watched people beat Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, but this is the first one and the only one that I've completely like played through. So I don't know. I'm kind of like, man, I want to get it because this is my favorite Metal Gear Solid, but I already know everything. So it's like, do I really want to? But yeah, how are you feeling about Metal Gear Solid Remake?
Yeah, it looks really good. Like aesthetically, it looks spectacular. But I don't have that much of a tie to Metal Gear Solid like that. But it definitely looks cool. I like the voice acting because they're keeping the voice acting from the original game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the voice acting was top tier, so I'm glad that they're just keeping it. But yeah, no, this game looks good. I'm not super hyped for it. This game should have already been out, in my opinion. But hey, remakes for older games definitely needed.
Yes, for older games being the big thing.
Exactly.
All right. Next game, Hell Is Us. We were introduced to this, or at least gameplay wise, we were introduced to this game at the last state of play, I believe. But we did get some new gameplay as well as a new release date, or at least a release date. I think it was coming up pretty soon.
September 4th.
September 4th, yeah. So yeah, it looks really good to me. It's coming out on everything: PC, Xbox, PlayStation. So I need to see more to know if it's going to be like a day one, but so far everything I've seen of it looks pretty cool.
For sure.
All right. Hell Is Us. Then we got the official announcement of the new DLC for Lies of P. And NeoWiz already said that they are working on DLC for Lies of P, but this is our first trailer for it. Got some gameplay, showed off some new weapons, new locations, new characters, everything you like to see in a new DLC. So yeah, it's looking, if you like Lies of P, this is more Lies of P, and it looks pretty good. Did you ever get into Lies of P at all?
I played maybe like 10 hours of it when it came out on Game Pass. Mm-hmm. What was it, 2023, right?
Yeah, 2023.
Played a little bit of it, but definitely a super sick premise. They have really good environmental design. Mm-hmm. Really gorgeous environmental design. The story is actually pretty good too. I did spoil myself a little bit by saying like YouTube stuff about what happened and stuff. But yeah, no, this is sick. Not for me. I'm not super into Souls, as you guys might know, but this is cool though. It's on your fantasy list, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yup. That's gonna be a big one for sure.
Yeah, Lies of P Overture. I feel like this is one of those games that scored lower than the people who have
like what
played
it deserved, right?
Yeah, definitely lower than what it deserved. And I feel like the DLC might end up like that'll be the makeup for sure.
Okay.
Where like the people who love Lies of P, they're gonna be the ones reviewing the DLC. They're gonna be like, bruh. I was if it was me reviewing it the first time, I would have gave it a 10 out of 10. So this is, I'm giving it my 10 now. All right, but yeah, I played like 25 hours of Lies of P. But there was just so much coming out that I just ended up dropping it, never got back to it. But I enjoyed my time with it, even though I'm not a fan of Souls games. I thought it was pretty fun. I like the combat, the aesthetic, the characters, the story was actually pretty intriguing. So yeah, I liked it, and I might have to, if I have a lull, which I doubt. But if I do have a lull, I'll definitely try to check it out. Okay, let's go back to this game. This is Dreams of Another. Now, I don't know what the fuck this game is, or what the fuck they're trying to do here. But you shoot shit, blow shit up to create shit, and bring back whatever this world is. And this is... I love artsy fartsy games. This is a little too artsy fartsy for me. So I did not find any enjoyment in this trailer. But any different for you? Are you feeling this one?
No, I definitely thought this was like a Dreams game. Maybe this was like one of those made in Dreams type games, but nah, it didn't do nothing for me.
Yep. Who is this made by? I don't know. Bion from Q Games. That's who's the... So yeah, not... I guess the concept is cool. Like, you create by destroying things, and I'm pretty sure there's some deep story and kind of message that they're trying to tell. It's just not for me.
They should go back to making pixel junk games.
Yeah, that was I think that was a publishing. Because Pixel Junk also does publishing.
Oh, okay, got it. I see. But the last one that Q Games made was the All You Need Is Help game. Remember that one?
Oh yeah. Fuck that game. All right, then it finally happened. Days Gone Remastered. These bastards actually did it. All right. I literally took a point off because of this. Because what the fuck is wrong with Sony and PlayStation? This game came out in 2019. 2019. 5 years ago. Why does it need a remaster? Because money. That's why. And who cares? April 25th, 2025. So a couple months from now. Are you getting Days Gone Remastered? You supporting doing a $10 upgrade?
Maybe I might just get the $10 upgrade just to have it, because I have Days Gone for the PlayStation 4, but we'll see.
Shit.
We'll see.
I have Horizon Zero Dawn for the PS4. I ain't paid them $10 to upgrade that. I didn't
pay the Horizon. Nah.
I have what was there? Last of Us Part 1. I ain't gonna fucking pay $10 to upgrade my copy.
Yeah, I didn't do that one either. The only difference for me here is that I've never really played Days Gone. I think the last time I played it for like a couple hours, but maybe I'll jump into Days Gone. Maybe we'll see. I've always kind of wanted to get the PC version because I've seen like a bunch of mods for it and it looks pretty sick. But
they got the good stuff.
The PC got the good stuff for sure.
No, like the mods. You saw the good stuff, or just like the regular mods?
It was I would just say it's regular. I didn't see nothing too crazy, but it was pretty cool though.
Okay, not for me then. But speaking of mods, Xenoblade coming to PC. Remember, no gooning. All right. I'm not gonna say the things that I'm gonna do to my copy of Stellar Blade when it comes to PC, but I won't be able to stream it. That's for sure. I'll be banned. So Stellar Blade is getting some DLC with Goddess of Victory Nikkei, which is also made by whatever the Stellar Blade developer's names is. I'm forgetting. Shift Up. That's it.
Shift Up, yeah.
And then June 2025, that's when the PC version is dropping as well with the DLC. All right, so then we got a fast-paced kind of PlayStation Plus updates. Lost in Records Bloom Rage is coming day one to PS Plus. So that was cool. Blueprints is coming day one to PS Plus Extra, but also coming to Game Pass, which we found out later on Twitter. Same with this other game, Abiotic Factor, that is also coming to Game Pass and PS Plus in summer 2025. Then they showed all the Armored Core, or I shouldn't say all, but 3 Armored Core games are coming to Classics catalog, as well as Patapon 3. So yeah, some nice updates. Good to see PS Plus day one actually getting some love here. All right, this next game I thought looked pretty cool. It had some Final Fantasy action game, Forspoken, if it was actually good, kind of vibes to it. Aesthetically, it looked pretty cool. It had Final Fantasy 15 vibes. They did have climbing sections, so had to take off a point. But other than that, it was looking pretty cool. It had like a 2D side-scrolling area. That was cool. Getting some Nier kind of vibes with some. Oh, and then the Astro Chain part where you actually have you're controlling multiple characters, or like you have these spirits come out of you, yeah, and they're attacking at the same time. So yeah, this game actually looked pretty cool. It's coming to everything: PC, Steam, Xbox. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be a PlayStation exclusive. I was like, yeah, this would be, if this is a PlayStation exclusive, I'll be like, cool. That's a pretty good get if it is. But then it was for everyone, for everyone. Definitely some Elden Ring vibes with some of these bosses. One of them looked like a copycat of the Golden Sentinel. But this was Tides of Annihilation. I thought it looked pretty cool. What about you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it looks sick. It definitely looks kind of like a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy adjacent for sure. But yeah, it looks cool. Looks cool. I'm happy that it's announced for everything, for sure.
Okay, the next game we kept confusing as Marathon or something. It's a first-person shooter, not multiplayer, kind of story, more of a like single-player story-driven, or maybe not story-driven, but like campaign kind of game, as far as I can tell, at least. And sci-fi, some kind of grappling or force pull kind of thing going on. It looked interesting. Not sure how to feel yet, but it was interesting at least. But yeah, how'd you feel about this?
This one is Metal Eden, right?
Yes, Metal Eden.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely thought it was a different game for sure. When I was watching it, but it looks fun though. It looks pretty fun.
Yep, coming out May 6th, pretty soon.
Yep, coming up soon.
First time I was seeing it, at least.
Yeah, me too.
All right, this one was I think was pretty interesting because of the implications of what this game is and how good it looked at the same time. So this is from IO Interactive Partners, which is their publishing arm. So this is not being developed by IO Interactive themselves, but they are publishing it. And this is from Build a Rocket Boy. Build a Rocket Boy. And if you know that name, most likely you know it for all the wrong reasons. Because they are the developers of a game called Everywhere, which was, this is from one of the founders of Rockstar. They started up this studio and they made this blockchain NFT kind of, I don't even know, like, what do you call like a Minecraft, where it's a game but it's all about creating games within the game, and it's all about building your own like games and worlds, and you
what do you call a game like that?
Like
a creation game, maybe?
Yeah, like it's all about creating your own games and having this open experience, kind of like a metaverse. Yeah, that's really what it is. This is the metaverse game, basically. If everyone was chasing the metaverse, this is their version. Everywhere, not this game.
Yeah.
But the idea was that in Everywhere, you would be able to create these single player, story driven games, such as what we are seeing now, which is called MindsEye. And everything that we are seeing looks pretty amazing, like, at least to me. But it looks like this game is also being built in AI, or at least with the help of AI. But no mention of I just saw it. There is a mention of Everywhere. So this is a part of Everywhere, because they actually showed a logo at the bottom when it shows IOI Partners, PS5, Everywhere, Build a Rocket Boy. So I'm guessing this is a part of the Everywhere project. So this is being used in a blockchain NFT game, Everywhere. It's like they took everything that gamers react negatively to. Like, yeah, this game's being built with AI inside of a metaverse, blockchain, and NFT heavy game as well. So on paper, like, it looks pretty bad for this game, but I'm very, very, very interested in it, because not only does this game itself, just the MindsEye, because I played Everywhere, it was terrible. I thought it was horrible. There was no, like, it felt bad to play. I was trying out the different game modes and worlds, and they all felt terrible. And then everything was locked behind, like, paying for blockchain or like NFTs and shit. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here. But this game looks pretty, like, high quality. So I want, like, the AI claims this is one of the first big games that we've seen, high quality AAA games being built by AI. And I want to see, like, how does it compare? Is it noticeable comparing it to AAA games of today that aren't being built by AI? So yeah, I'm very intrigued by this game. I want to see how this pans out. I want to try it for myself for sure. And it's actually coming out sooner than I expected, summer 2025. But yeah, what are your thoughts on MindsEye?
Yeah, it definitely looks like a GTA-like game. You saying that one of the GTA developers is working on this game is not surprising. Definitely looks a lot like GTA. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We'll see. I'm more interested in seeing, like, how the story is told, because that's kind of what keeps me hooked onto these open world type games. Is definitely the stories that they tell. Gameplay, of course, is important too, but the driving actually looked pretty fun, though. I'll say that.
I don't know if it's open world though. I don't feel that it like there's driving, but I feel like those are like just the way the camera is set up. It feels like a scripted driving scene rather than like you're just openly driving through the city, like in a GTA style way. I feel like this is gonna be more of a linear experience.
You could be right for sure, but I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
This game could make or break a lot of future directions for where gaming could be headed.
Yeah, for sure.
If this game ends up being like a really good 90 plus style game, then the narrative behind AI in gaming could be like, they could break down the entire wall. But then if it's just a just piece of shit, then everyone's just gonna be like, yeah, AI bad, even more so, obviously. But yeah, the gameplay, like the sliding into the car to get to cover, the animations, the graphics, everything about this game just looks really high quality and really well put together, which I would expect from a Rockstar veteran.
For sure.
Some Max Payne vibes for sure when it comes to the gunplay.
Yep.
All right. Now let's get into the next game. From PlayStation Studios, what did we get? All right, so this is the final trailer. Okay. So a lot of guesses. We're all wrong, but this is a new IP from PlayStation Studios. One of my favorite studios under the PlayStation belt, Housemarque. The creators of Returnals, Resogun, Super Dust, Stardust, Ultra, whatever the fuck it was called. I love Returnal. That is still my favorite PlayStation first party game of this generation. It was a buggy mess for sure, but after they fixed all of that, the game was just amazing. And now this is their next game 5 years later, or at least when it comes out in 2026, it'll be 5 years. And they didn't show any gameplay, but out of any PlayStation studio, Housemarque is the one that I trust when it comes to gameplay. And the fact that they said that it's going to be using Returnal as a base as far as their third person action, that's all I need to hear. So if this is only on PlayStation, this will be one of the few PlayStation games that I play in 2026.
Yeah.
Like, this will be the reason I turn on my PlayStation. And if it comes to PC day one, even better. Because I'll be... Either way, I'm there day one for this game. Unless they show something later that just kills all of my hype for it. But I doubt that.
For sure.
But yeah, how you feeling about Saros from Housemarque?
Yeah, man. I kind of I wouldn't say I predicted this game, but I did predict Housemarque to go up after Sucker Punch. Just for a single player perspective. Mm-hmm. Because I thought it was gonna be like Sucker Punch, Blue Point, then Housemarque, but we already know what happened to Blue Point's game. So but yeah, this is cool. I love Housemarque, man. They're such a gameplay first team, so I'm excited to see how they build upon Returnal's gameplay. Hopefully this one can also have some sort of, I know they said it's single player, but hopefully they can add some sort of co-op mode like they did to Returnal. That'd be cool. But yeah, this is sick.
And
PC day and date, hopefully.
Yeah, I'd be happy if it was PC day and date, but
Absolutely.
They did just say coming to PS5, so.
Yeah.
But it is 2026, a lot could change in that time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that is the PlayStation State of Play. Is there... Oh, let's what is the score that you would give this as a whole?
Sure. So I was saying 5 as a little troll, but I'll go with 6, just because they did show some cool games. They showed a lot of release dates, which I liked. They showed a couple of new things, and they showed something from first party. I would have liked to see some more, but this is I would say this is an okay showcase, so I'll go with the 6.
Yeah, I'm at like a 6.5. I think I'd be at like a 7.5 if Saros had gameplay.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna only take 0.5 off for Days Gone Remastered being there.
For sure.
It's a very multi-plat, third-party heavy show. Which, when I'm watching a PlayStation show, that's the last thing I want to see, because that is not like. But this is me. Like, I'm not saying that this is the show for everybody. So just before y'all come at me, as someone who PlayStation is not my main platform, PlayStation is the least played platform in this household. So
same with me.
I need them to show me reasons to play. To play my PlayStation.
Sure.
And multiplats are not reasons to play my PlayStation. So when I'm coming into these shows, I'm looking for these PlayStation exclusives that can get me into, like, get me on, like, I shouldn't say into the platform, but more so get me to turn on my PS5 and actually use it.
For sure.
So yeah, that's how I feel. 6.5.
Absolutely.
All right. With that, let's just get some quick news. I wasn't really planning to do news, but there's just a couple of quick things that we can talk about.
Sure.
All right. Overwatch 2. I don't know if you've seen the news. They had an Overwatch spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a big Overwatch fan at all. I tried it when Overwatch 2 came out. It was free to play, and I just could not really get into it like that. I didn't really vibe with it at all. But they have been getting their asses whooped from two different sides for a while now, and it seems that they were just like losing their footing in the market with Marvel Rivals, the newcomer. But even before Marvel Rivals, Valorant was kind of kicking their ass from a different perspective, with it basically taking the character classes of an Overwatch and then making it a CSGO Counter-Strike style shooter as well.
Sure.
So Overwatch was kind of in a bad spot where Overwatch 2 left a bad taste in every Overwatch fan's mouth. Some abandoned them afterwards. A lot still stayed. Like, I'm not gonna say that the game is dead, like a lot of people like to say. The game is still has a pretty solid base. It's still usually in top 10 to 15. But even being that low was unheard of for Overwatch previous to them, like, kind of cutting support and then kind of trying to come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, moral of the story, Blizzard kind of fucked up just a little bit with Overwatch 2's launch and the support of Overwatch over the years. But it seems that they are feeling the pressure now that they have so much competition. And it seems like they actually plan on doing something about it as well. Because we got a Overwatch spotlight that actually showcased some really smart moves for this game. So this is a roundup coming from Clobril. And he says, Overwatch 2 is entering into a new era with lots of new content and features. First things first, as far as the regular Overwatch game mode that you know and love, they are adding a perk system to the Overwatch formula, where this will be character specific perks, hero specific perks that you can unlock through gameplay, that they'll pop up throughout the game, and you can choose between different perks that will enhance your experience. So that is something that hasn't been done before in this game, and I think that actually adds a little twist to the gameplay without not really like, or I guess we would have to play and see if it actually harms the integrity of the game or the gameplay balance. But I think that's a pretty cool thing to add in to try to change up the gameplay loop.
Yeah.
And then also, so that's coming in season 15, which is the upcoming season. Season 16, the next season, they announced that they're working on Stadium mode. This is a 6v6 CSGO / Valorant style shooter. Plant the bomb idea, best of 7 system, in-game upgrades, an entirely new way to experience Overwatch. So going straight for their one of their competitions, which is Valorant, making a mode similar to that to try to boost their players, or at least try to get any Valorant players, or maybe even some Fortnite ballistic players who are trying this style out for the first time. Like, hey, we got something like that too. Like, yeah, might come over. So I think that was a pretty good get for them as well. So that'll be the next season after this one. Also coming that same season, or actually, I don't know if this one's season 15 or season 13, or sorry, season 15 or season 16. But third person perspective, something that Overwatch fans asked for a while. But I'm guessing there was something that kind of led to them speeding this up. And their second competitor, Marvel Rivals, is probably the reason for that. But yeah, third person is coming to Overwatch. You can finally see all your cool skins and waifus, whatever people in Overwatch do. That is coming soon. I think that'll be a really good one. And I like the fact that besides Stadium mode, because that's like an entirely different mode, a lot of these changes are kind of simple and easy changes to but they are impactful. Like the third person one, I'm not gonna, nothing is really simple or easy in game development, but relative to what they were doing with what they were trying to do with Overwatch 2, with the story mode and all of that, this is very simple but impactful changes that can garner a lot of love, garner a lot of attention for the game and bring players back, without really doing a lot. So I think these were really smart. They're making competitive updates, ranked reset, new rewards, and hero bans also coming in ranked play. which I was surprised that there isn't hero bands. That just seems like a common thing you see in MOBAs, in most kind of class-based, or not class-based, but like hero shooter, hero-based games. So
yeah,
that's cool to see coming in. I'm pretty sure that was a much requested thing as well. Map voting system, which also that should be common in every kind of shooter. Marvel Rivals doesn't really have a map or mode voting system. I think they should, because sometimes I don't want to play the payload, like whatever that's called in Marvel Rivals, payload type of mode. I just want to play the attrition, and then, but it's just random, so it's like you don't really know.
Hold on 1 second.
No problem. And lastly, the return of loot boxes, which is actually something that a lot of Overwatch players missed, even though people did not like loot boxes for the longest. But now we're at a point where people like actually miss the loot boxes. So loot boxes are coming back. But yeah, as I said, I think all of these, like, as someone looking from the outside, all of these changes, especially stadium mode, I think stadium mode alone is gonna make me get into Overwatch, or at least I'm gonna give it a try.
I'm back.
Yeah, I was just saying that as someone looking from the outside, I am actually pretty excited about these changes. As someone who who has not cared about Overwatch, the stadium mode alone has me interested in like coming and trying it out again, just for that one mode, and then maybe that might get me to try the base modes, and maybe I'll even try it in third person just because I want to see how it feels in third person. So I think that all of these were really smart changes. But how are you feeling about the Spotlight update?
Yeah, definitely seems reactionary for sure. But you know, I might actually check this out, because I do still have Overwatch downloaded. I don't really play it that much, but you know, I might just check it out just to have another game in the rotation. We'll see. It looks cool though. That definitely, like I said, the moves that they're making are definitely reactionary for sure.
Yeah, but I don't think reactionary is bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
This is why we need competition. No matter what it is, if it's games, if it's just like, it could be just games competing with each other, consoles, any form of business needs some sort of competition, because that's how you get the best work out of these companies. I'm pretty sure a lot of these things have been requested multiple times, especially like third person and the map voting, the hero bans. But when Overwatch was the dominant player, did they really have any incentive to go ahead and make those changes? Probably not. But now that they're on their back foot, like they're on the back foot, they're reeling from Marvel Rivals and Valorant, and really just all these other live service games in general, kind of taking their spot, and they're like, okay, we gotta do something. We have to keep the fans happy. How do you keep the fans happy? Oh, I guess we'll start doing the things that the fans have wanted, and just you go for the goodwill. Kind of like Xbox in after 2013. Like, man, we need to get the fans happy about Xbox. What's the most requested thing that's been missing from the Xbox One? Oh, backwards compatibility. How do we get backwards compatibility on here? We're fucking Magic. That's how. And then they had to invent Magic to get backwards compatible working on the Xbox One. But it wouldn't have been worth it. Now, say the Xbox One was as popular as the Xbox 360 was, and all of that shit that happened at the start didn't, like, everyone loved the Kinect, and they loved paying $100 more for a lower for a lower spec console, and everyone was just like, yeah, DRM, fuck yeah, I love DRM. And you know, it was selling buku amounts. You think we would have got backwards compatibility in 2015? Hell no. So
yeah, definitely not.
Because that shit was not in the plans. It just went into the plans because they needed to make people happy. And I'm pretty sure that was really Phil Spencer who headlined it, or like spearheaded that. They were like, he was like, all right, y'all, like, we need a win, and we need, like, I need y'all to figure out backwards compatibility. I'm pretty sure Don Matrick would not have made that move. So yeah, that's why competition is important. All right. Let's see, what else was there?
Oh, that actually reminds me. Remember last week we were trying to figure out that one guy that like went to PlayStation and he like ruined the PS3 and then went to Xbox. Yeah, that guy, I got his name, Phil Harrison.
Yes, that's Phil Harrison.
That's the demon himself.
Shout out to Phil Harrison. That man is I swear PlayStation put him at Xbox. Just
they like, planted him there.
Yeah, that was the plant, bruh.
That's funny.
Mecha Break is launching spring 2025, and surprisingly, it's an Xbox exclusive. It's
time exclusive.
Yeah, time exclusive, of course. But did not know that at first, or at least I don't know if they ever said that it was exclusive before.
Yeah.
I know maybe they were only saying PC at the time, but it's launching on Xbox and PC. So yeah, I thought that was just a cool tidbit, at least, but nothing too crazy to talk about as far as that. Just an FYI. Let's see. Ready at Dawn co-founder Andrea Pacino has discussed why Sony decided not to greenlight a sequel to The Order 1886.
My bad, bro.
No, you're good. So, just talking about the co-founder of Ready at Dawn, speaking on why Sony wouldn't greenlight a sequel. Mm-hmm. And this is an article from VGC. Tom Ivan is the writer. So, Ready at Dawn co-founder Andrea Pacino has opened up about the now shuttered studio's failed attempt to develop a sequel to The Order 1886. Released in 2015 exclusively for the PS4, the game proved to be a critical misfire for the once lauded studio, which had previously collaborated with Sony on a number of well-received titles. They included PSP games Daxter, God of War Chains of Olympus, God of War Ghost of Sparta, plus God of War Origins Collection for PS3, which garnered scores on review aggregation site Metacritic ranging from 84 to 91. The Order 1886 received a 63 meta, despite scoring way higher in mock reviews, Pacino told MinMax, and this is why he believes Sony passed on a sequel. I don't think it was the sales. I think it was the critical reception. That's the thing, he said. Sony is a very proud group, and rightfully so, in the critical reception. If it had been just in the 70s, we would have had the sequel, I'm convinced. Just a few points more and it would have been okay. All right, Pacino, I'm here to tell you that you could have scored in the 70s and it wouldn't have mattered. That sequel was not happening regardless, because I can understand. Okay, look, Days Gone sold 8 million and is not getting a sequel. That game barely sold 2 million it wasn't getting a sequel regardless. It was definitely the Metascore for sure. But it was also the sales as well. I'm like, we're not gonna act like the sales wasn't a reason as well. It was a lack of sales and it was a critical misfire. It was just a bad game. I think it was a terrible game. It was poorly designed. It looked beautiful, and that was basically the only sticking point of the game, is that it looked beautiful. So yeah, it just wasn't it, Chief. But am I wrong? Am I too harsh on this game? You think it could have went different if the game scored in the 70s?
Nah, I think you're on the money, bro.
Yeah. I just wanted to hate on that game for a bit. That's all. That's the only reason I brought that up.
You're good.
All right. Last thing we'll talk about. Oh, actually, I wanted to get your opinion, or I wanted to hear what you had to say about this one. So, Resistance 4 was pitched by Insomniac, but PlayStation turned it down. Would you have wanted a Resistance 4, or do you think Sony made the right move? Are you disappointed by this?
Well, I mean, I personally would have wanted a Resistance 4, but I don't think they necessarily made the wrong move, because the Resistance series doesn't really sell that well. Doesn't really have that much cachet. But with the hardcore circles, definitely would have pleased them, but that's really the only audience that it would have pleased. Resistance isn't that big, but I definitely, yes, it does sting. It does sting hearing that, but I could already assume that most of the stuff that isn't Marvel stuff that's coming out of Insomniac probably got shut down.
Yeah, Resistance never been my jam. I liked the first one. I did not like either of the sequels that much, or at least I didn't really have interest in keeping up with them. Like, I played it a little bit, but then I was just like, no, this franchise just not doing it for me.
Yeah, I would say Resistance 3 has a fully co-op campaign, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah, the lack of coming for Gears and you don't got no co-op, come on, gotta do better than that.
For sure.
Yeah, I think they could have maybe a Resistance reboot in like a Doom 2016 kind of way could work. Like, okay, you just change, you take the good parts of Resistance, make it for a modern era, and you just fully reboot it from the jump, from the start. I feel like that is a better way than just going to a Resistance 4, trying to continue the story. It's too late to make a continuation. You have to start over with this franchise because the fan base is not there. Like, there isn't a big enough fan base to just say, yeah, we're making Resistance 4 and call it a day. Like, no one's showing up for that. But try to reboot it as a new start for new fans and try to gain as many fans as you can. I think that would work better.
Absolutely.
All right, so last thing, the PlayStation outage. PSN outage happened on Friday, leading into Saturday. 18 plus hours of no PSN, which resulted in
24.
Yeah, almost 20 hours, which resulted in not being able to play even single player games digitally, and in some cases on the disc as well. And PlayStation barely addressed what the issue was. This is what they said themselves. So they said, network services have fully recovered from an operational issue. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank the community for their patience. Which, A lot of bullshit right there. And then they offered us 5 days of PlayStation Plus as the I guess to make up for the loss, which is like the least that they've given for this kind of thing before. Usually get at least a game. So yeah, the outage, which I talked about on Project Untitled, but it seems like it's always PlayStation. At least with how bad it is. Usually, if there is an outage on Xbox, it's like a few hours. I think the worst of it'll be like 8 to 10 hours. But PlayStation is the only one where they're going 18, 24, 48 hours with no service. And then Big Nintendo with the most stable online service out there. You
never seems to go down, right?
I've never seen a Nintendo Switch online outage. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know how. You would think that they would be the one getting hit the most, but never. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So, whatever they're using on a online security, they need to do that with their cracks, like getting their games cracked on the Switch too. So yeah, but why is it always only Sony? Like where is the issue coming from?
It might be just that their backend is just that easy to crack open, honestly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the difference is that, like, I don't know if you said this, my bad, but whenever Xbox does have a server issue, it's like almost instantly that they like mention it. Like they literally talk about it, like they address the like they post it on Twitter and stuff like that. Like it's almost instant, like when it happens. So and they usually give updates relatively frequently too when it happens. So it's like it's just strange, man. It's just strange.
PlayStation just went. First off, they were late to even address it. They were like a couple, 2 to 3 hours late. And then they just went radio silent until it was fixed. But it doesn't, or at least we don't know if it was hacked. They haven't said anything about it being an attack or anything like that. I know that's happened in the past. But it's still like... I would actually feel better if it was an attack, because then it's like, okay, that's kind of out of your hands.
Yeah.
But like it happening without any interference from a third party is just you just fucking up. Like, okay.
Maybe too many people were pre-ordering Forza, bro.
That's exactly what it is. Forza crashed the servers, bro. Forza Horizon 5, baby. Best-selling PlayStation game of the year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I don't like the fact that people will stand up for it. There's the people who are concerned with Xbox being dead, then their servers being down. But then you have to remember that some of these PlayStation dudes only play Twitter. They don't play games, so it didn't matter to them in the first place.
Yeah, like that Doom gameplay.
Bruh, oh my god. I never seen someone hide behind a wall and crouch in a Doom game.
Yeah. That shit was mad funny. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, bro. The comments were hilarious. Like there was someone put together a video of like all the comments. That shit was hilarious, bro. So yeah, this has been going for 3 generations now. Like these just frequent PSN outages from the PS3 to the PS4. Like they were like, now that you're paying for your online, we can make sure you get the best quality PlayStation Network experience. And then literally the first year they had an outage that lasted like 24 hours. So I was like, why are you even paying? We're getting the same experience as the PS3. So then you're like, okay, PS5, they have to fix this, right? No, same shit. So what is up with that, bro?
I don't even know, because I don't know if this is still the case, but you have to, even if the game is free to play, you still have to pay for PlayStation Plus to play online, right?
No.
Okay, so they removed that?
I believe that they were always like, it was Xbox who had that you had to have Xbox Live to play free to play games. They were the last one to remove it.
Okay, so, but okay, so they removed it too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's all I had to ask.
So yeah, it is what it is. They need to figure out whatever that is by the time the PS6 comes out, because they can't go 4 generations having frequent or I guess not even attacks, just whatever this is, the outages happening for whatever reason. But yeah, I just thought
that show was funny though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Twitter was definitely funny that day. And then all the people who sold their Xboxes were magically back on Xbox Live. Like, damn, I didn't know Xbox ported Xbox Live over to PlayStation. You know, when PSN down, you can just play your Xbox Live on there. But yeah. With that, that was it. That was all the news that I wanted to bring up, at least.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew the state of play was basically gonna be most of our time, so I didn't really prepare too much.
I have a little bit of breaking news, I guess.
Okay, breaking news.
The protagonist of Housemarque's new game is gonna be Rahul Kohli.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
You might not, but he's a pretty big actor in what's it called, in the space.
Okay.
He's a pretty popular guy.
Any works that I would know?
I can look at his. Hold on, Raul. Because I've been kind of checked out for movies, but I can look at the IMDb real quick. He was a voice on Twilight of the Gods. I don't know what that is, but he's a voice on that. He played a character in The Life of Chuck. Do not know what that is. Let's see. Let me just look at what is his most highest rated stuff. He has a podcast, Shadows at the Door. Apparently it's good. He was in Harley Quinn. He voiced Scarecrow.
Okay, so more of a voice actor than...
Yeah, definitely a voice actor.
Okay.
He's been in some real life stuff though. What's it called? He voiced Vaz in Gears 5. I don't even remember who that is. Yeah, but definitely an up and comer for sure.
Okay.
But I'm excited for it though.
They coming for me on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah, for what? What did you say?
I replied on. I came at Neo GameSpark because he was excited about Digimon.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting jumped in his comment section by some Digimon fans.
That doesn't surprise me.
You know, the 5 Digimon fans, they gonna find you if you start talking shit about Digimon. So I'm over here getting jumped, bruh. They said that they went to watch the live stream just to see just to see me talk shit about Digimon so that they could reply.
That's funny.
But yeah, shout out to Neo, shout out to Corey Gryffindor. I need Neo to start them Ask Neo streams back up. Those were like the highlights, bruh. But yeah, with that is it. That is all we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in, and all the people leaving comments in the chat. We do appreciate the support. Make sure you guys hit that like because we love you guys and it helps us grow this channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for when the show is back on. And let's go ahead and get some outros out the way. Subeg's a double feature for today. One live stream and then recorded the episode. But yeah, Where can we find you? What you got going on?
For sure. Yeah, so y'all can find me. The best place is Twitch. I be streaming a lot. Not as much as I was last month, but that's just because of school. But twitch.tv/2bagels. That's the best place to come see me. Come see what I've been playing. Come hang out, chat. My chat's usually hella out of pocket, so. Even the people in the Discord, they be hella out of pocket. So it's just a fun time. It's fun. You get to see me playing some games. You get to see me get better at college football for sure, because I play that quite often. But that's what I've been doing recently. I have some stuff cooking, so just be on the lookout. I'll of course do the signal boosting on here when my stuff comes out. But yeah, Twitch is the place that I would like to send people to. I'm 8 followers away from 50, so let's get to 50. Let's get to 50.
All right. As for myself, Don Otaku, you can find me on Twitter talking shit about Digimon and Digimon fans.
For sure.
That's Pasta Feet, F3ET. Twitch.tv/Don Solo. I actually plan on streaming Avowed tomorrow.
Okay, so, you got the early access?
Yep.
I love
the early access. Gonna be streaming that tomorrow. So hit me, bruh. Holla at me, bruh. Twitch.tv/Don Solo. SOLOW. And then you can find me right here on YouTube, where not only do we do the Dual-Wield Gaming Podcast every Thursday, but also Project Untitled Gaming Podcast live on Saturdays. So make sure y'all pull up. We do read comments live, so if y'all have anything to say, we will make sure to get y'all into the conversation as well. So with that, is there anything we want to leave with the kids, with the people, to get them through the week, through the day?
Sure, yeah.
Anything.
I'm gonna be pre-downloading that Avowed, so I'm gonna be getting that going on my Xbox, my PC. Man, there's so many good games out. There's I literally don't think I've played like a bad game in such a long time. So honestly, it's just you gotta pick whatever game interests you.
Hey,
try it out.
Wait. You just reminded me.
Okay.
There was one other game that I played.
Was it Civ?
No, I do have Civ. I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of upset that I bought it because
because the early access period's almost done, right?
Yeah. Well, not even that. I didn't buy it on early access. I just bought it.
Just regular.
But I'm like, I don't have time to play it before Valve comes out. But I did play a game. And you just when you said I haven't played a bad game yet, it triggered me because today I played my first bad game of the year.
Okay.
And it's a play test, so I guess I shouldn't say it's a bad game yet. But holy shit, this game was terrible. And it's Exoborn.
Okay.
This is what I didn't remember, like I guess this was at the Game Awards or Summer Game Fest or something. I signed up for the playtest as a okay, sure, I'll sign up, and I got into it. I was like, okay, I guess I'll give it a try. I don't remember what this game is because it was so long ago that I signed up. So the best way to describe it is it's The Division, but you have these exosuits that give you, that you would think gives you like super speed, super strength, jumps, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, this piece of shit. So I'm over here like, okay, like the cutscenes, super high quality, graphics pretty high. I'm pretty sure it's all CGI, not pre-written or not in-game graphics. Yeah. And the game, like the CG looks pretty gorgeous, and the premise of the game was actually really intriguing and really interesting. I was actually like, okay, they might have something here. Like this seems pretty cool. I'm like, okay, I'm doing a tutorial. and I'm like, oh, this isn't. I thought it was gonna be like an extraction shooter or a like battle royale or something going into it. Yeah. But no, this is like an actual like story driven kind of First Descendant style game. Except it's the worst feeling game. Like,
damn.
I was so disappointed because I'm like, okay, like you got exosuits. They're showing these cutscenes with them doing all this cool shit with the exosuits. I'm like, bet. And I'm like, this is gonna be like off the grid, which also was like a mechanized human style game, and it felt amazing to play. Like the mechanics of it were really cool. It was very fast paced. And jumping high, you're flying over buildings and shit. And I'm like, yeah, this. I'm like, okay, this, but in a story driven style gameplay. That's what I'm expecting now, bro. It had this shit was slower than Call of Duty. You have an exosuit. You can barely jump over a fence. Like, I'm over here like, what the fuck? Why do I even have this suit on? I'm moving like a regular ass human.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, the sprint is slow as hell. And then I got an ability that lets me sprint faster, bro. That shit added a 2% jump to the speed. It just added lightning around you, so it looked. I don't know if you've seen this video. You know they be having like the Indian street vendors who be making those drinks, and they be doing it like super fast.
Yeah, or they be shaking.
Yeah. There was this dude. He was just shaking his face, and he's like, he ain't even going fast. He just shaking his face, so it looked like that's literally what they did to me, bro. Like they put the lightning around you, and then you go 2% faster. I'm like, you motherfuckers.
That shit's mad annoying.
I'm like, no way. And
it's almost like when a double jump isn't even a double jump.
Yeah, I'm like, so like there's no super jump. Like you get a grappling hook. I was like, okay, they got the grappling hook. It doesn't feel that good. Like it's very clunky. And then you have a glider. It has that Just Cause grapple hook where you can grapple hook and then glider. And you pop up in your glider, you can like float. Except it doesn't feel good. But then like that's the most mobility that you get. I'm like, why do you have an exosuit and you're using a glider to get around? When you like, who programmed this game? I felt so offended by this game. Like I wanted to find the designer and give him a piece of my mind. I was so upset. I was literally playing this, and I was like, this is the first bad game I played this year. And I was like, I would rather be working right now than be playing this game, because I literally wasted my break. That's what pissed me off even more. I wasted my lunch break playing this game. Wasted. I could have been doing anything else. So count your days. Hold on. Let me find these bastards. I want to call them out by the name. Shark Mob AB. That's the developer. These are the creators of Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt.
Oh wow.
So I remember playing that game when it was free on PlayStation. It was actually not that bad. I don't know how they went from that to this, but count your days. It's over for you. So that's Exoborn. Sorry for. I just had to.
You're good. That's funny.
So with that, that's my encouragement for you today. Do not play Exoborn. Don't even give it the time of day, even if it's a free to play game.
Yeah, pre-download Avowed.
Get Avowed instead. Go play First Descendant. That's a way better game, and it has a grappling hook that feels way better. So yeah, if you want something like that, go play that instead. That's all I gotta say on that. All right, with that, let's get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your day, your week, your weekend, month, year, decade,
Peace.
millennium. What comes after millennium? Fuck.
Century?
Wait, did I already say century? Century's before millennium. Millennium's 1,000. What's after millennium? That's a millennium. I don't know. You know what?
1,000?
Millennium's 1,000.
I don't think there's anything after millennium. I think you just go 2 millenniums, 3 millenniums.
Why? No? We need to create the word before we get to 10,000. Like, I mean, we've had tens of thousands of years before. So what do we call that? Y'all, like, come on, vocabulary. Y'all need to step it up. Anyways, peace out, everybody.
Peace.